First time benchmarking Cyberpunk 2077, and first time I played this since I played this on the Series X the week it came out. So hopefully some changes have happened in the last, 8 months or so, something like that. Don't remember when this game came out, but it was a while. For all the nerds out there who wish to know what I have in this PC, 5800X, 3060 Ti, 32 gigs of RAM running at 44 megahertz. And this game, even at 1080p, is scary hard to run sometimes. Let's do this. We are starting off with Ultimate. Motion blur, okay, we all know the rules. Film grain off. Depth of field, everything maxed out. To Psycho, if possible. Let's just go to Ultra. Turn this to Psycho. And this to Psycho as well. DLSS, we'll have quality. Actually, we'll start off with no DLSS. Let's do this. 30 FPS. I mean, technically, wow, that's beautiful. Technically, it's playable. But I don't like to get into the technicalness of it because it's still kind of bad. I mean, this is 1080p on a mid-tier card. I have not played this game since I played on my Series X. I was a lucky child who got one of them day one, but when I played this game, I'm not going to talk to Jackie right now actually. I'm just going to be benchmarking. When I played this, it was horrible. It was on a 4K TV, and it was probably running 10 on the performance mode, 1080p low, maybe a few things up to medium. But it was the horrible experience. Everything was so soft. There's no edges, like hardly ever. At least the game loaded fast. And then performance mode, it probably ran 1080p medium. Maybe a little bit above 1080p, like at 1200p. But it was horrible for a 4K TV. The texture quality was absolutely abominable. And well, I personally just did performance, because even if it looked a little worse, 60 frames is way better than 30. And yet here I am playing Ultra with everything up to Psycho and the highest quality with 30 FPS. Very disappointing. Even going below. Now if you're planning on playing this on an AMD card and you're around the 3060 Ti range, I would recommend to not play this at max settings. You can, just like this card is right now at 30 FPS, but I have DLSS, and I don't think they're adding FSR. But if they are, maybe you could do it like that. But it really just depends. We're gonna add some quality DLSS. Look at that, almost doubled in FPS. That's why it's just DLSS is a lifesaver for this game, honestly. And that's why next gen consoles suck so bad. It's because even if the AMD stuff is good, it's just DLSS is a game breaker. Hopefully the next gen consoles will be able to run them at a decent frame rate. And hopefully base consoles, where you guys, since you unlucky fellas who can't actually afford to play this, or afford to get a PC, or can't find any parts for PC or next gen console, can hopefully play at least 30 FPS at 1080p. Because I think it's actually running below that, which is absolutely abominable. So solid at 50 FPS is all you really get. And in some places you actually drop below 30. I don't remember this map exactly. It's been however long it's been since the game came out. It was the last time I played this, so let's just say I forgot the layout of Night City. I almost forgot to mention my CPU was running at a max of 4.8 gigahertz for its overclock to its mass boost. I'm not going to do more than that because, well, I'm Seriously, I'm not interested in that because I really don't know how to overclock that well. My GPU's also over. What the heck? Oh, it's a gang. My GPU's also overclocked a tiny bit, not too much. So this is performance you'd get around maybe a few FPS less. Okay, we're done with DLSS quality and ultra settings. Ray tracing medium preset. I'm gonna guess this brings a few things down. The ray tracing to medium. Auto, DLSS. Let's just keep it. Let's see what happens. Ray trace reflections. Wonder why that's off. Maybe it's a medium preset. Maybe I should keep it off. I would much rather have reflections than shadows, but okay. 20 FPS ish, or like 15 FPS gain. Very good. This may help us get some better results. You'll see more. The shimmering on all those stuff, like the little things right there, is horrible. As you can, if you see it, it's just horrible. Is motion blur on? Wow, that may be what just happened there. I wish this would just stay off permanently because I don't think anyone wants it unless it actually helps with your graphical fidelity. Anyways, solid 60s to 70, but it doesn't really get above 70. It kind of just maybe a little bit 71, but high 60s at the medium preset for the 3060 Ti. There are some places, guys, where a 3060 will perform better than a 3060 Ti. And those places will be, I gotta go find it, but it's a location, if you're playing at Ultra, where my VRAM is maxed out to 8 gigs. And that's just crazy. Like right now it's at almost 7 gigs. Another great, wow, what is that? Did it really just, what in the world? Why is it? Okay, the poll just disappeared, I guess. Amazing. We love this game. Recommendation is 16. This is my second take, by the way, guys, because let's just say the other one was horrible, but recommendation, 16 gigs of RAM. Don't go below, unless you're playing at 720p or low 1080, because you're not going to get a good experience in the slightest. I've actually gone over my VRAM, my RAM limit also, or over the 16 gig limit at 1080p ultra, everything. So either you need a little bit more than 16 gigs, or you might just want to go 32 like me. The shimmering is still bad though, if you can see that. That's actually annoying. Just if you're playing this with a last gen graphics card, you should be fine at medium settings. With DLSS especially, but if you have an AMD card, you'll still be fine most likely, so there's no need to really worry about that. While we're doing this, we're going to bring it down another tier. We were just at ray tracing medium, but I turned the motion blur down so it became custom. So we're going to go ultra with no ray tracing, I guess what that is. With no motion blur, so that makes it a custom. So it's still high, but it's off. Okay, ray tracing's off as well. Whoa, wait. That is clean. Okay. That is so clean. Holy crap. This might be the way to play. I mean, obviously I'm probably going to play, I'm getting 50 FPS, and this is without ray tracing in this area. This is a very demanding area, I can tell. Holy crap. A lot of cars. But the game looks so good. Holy crap. Reflections look good. Obviously, yeah, they don't stay there because there's no ray tracing of them, but yeah, so you can see the pole disappearing. No ray tracing. Still looks good though, as long as you're not really picking at it like that. A little unfair of me to do that, but still. Did he really just die? No, he's gone. Oh my gosh, they still have this glitch where they just disappear after someone gets hit? Oh my gosh, they really haven't fixed much, have they? This is the place. They're still shimmering, what the heck, man? And there's no DLSS, that's annoying, dude. I don't know what that is, that's disgusting. That car though, oof. Let's take a ride around here. 10 gigs of RAM being used. 7.8 of my 8 gigs is being used. Holy crap. No ray tracing here. Now this is where the issue comes in. Let me just show you. It's actually beautiful. Ultra with ray tracing. No motion blur obviously because that's cringe. DLSS off. Psycho. Now, look at this. You cannot play this in areas like this. Okay, we're over our memory limit. We're at 12 gigs of RAM currently. 28 FPS. Holy crap. Not playable. That's a horrible experience. Holy crap. Now obviously if you have DLSS, this will be a lot better experience. But still, it's kind of just like this is the lowest settings that most people will go down to. And they want to play in max settings. It doesn't even work. But if you do want a 30 FPS with like no DLSS, and it looks the best possible, just don't, it still kind of sucks though. I much rather have the additional 25 FPS with DLSS and looking at slightly less sharp. My driving sucks. Let's just see. Like, look at this, 25 FPS. This is oh look, they're all back. Look at this. We're at the 8 gigs of memory, over the 8 gigs, 12 gigs of RAM. This is not as much as it was before, which is surprising. Don't know why it's not using as much. GPU's using at 99% usage. Nice. CPU. The good thing with this game is that it's GPU bottlenecked, which is a little sad, not gonna lie, because it means my GPU sucks. Just kidding. This game's not optimized in the slightest. Now that we're out of the low 20s. Let's go back there with DLSS. That was weird. I thought for a second that. So we're in the 40s now. VRAM is not all being used. We're getting an additional 15 FPS in this area, which is probably this is the most demanding area in the game. I'm pretty positive. Because when I walked out for the first time out of my apartment, I was surprised at how my PC's knees got destroyed, which I kind of like doing. I love doing this kind of thing, is breaking my PC's knees with a crowbar. So, 40 FPS, ultra ray tracing with quality, which is playable 100%, which is the way I'm probably playing it. We're just going to quickly go every single thing over here because this is the most demanding place, so you just know. So we just did maximum. We're going to go medium with no. And then we're going to go balance, quality, because you don't really want to play on balance, because balance is good, but it's like when you're playing this game, you kind of want the best of the best. But anyways, motion blur off, blah, blah. Okay, let's go back there with medium ray tracing. We're getting like 5 or 6 over my previous FPS. Yeah, A little over 5 or like 5 to 6 to like 10 at most. It's very limited, but very good. This is playable. You're not gonna. Oh my gosh! Did I really just cross a line? Okay, I go now. Very nice. It's like 8 FPS above as before, so that's fine. The weird thing is they start shooting me after I cross a line, but you know, it's whatever. Anyways, next is high in that area. This time we're gonna have DLSS because we already went over there with quality. I want to see if it. Oh. Okay, this might be the way to play actually. Oh, that stutter was horrible. Okay. Besides that stutter, wow. What? You're kidding me, right? What did I do? What did I do? He saw me from there? What the heck, man? They're all gone, so I can't truly test it. Look at this. Without ray tracing, we're getting practically double the frame rate. And it's on ultra with quality DLSS. You don't even notice the shimmering until you really look. Okay, the shimmering was kind of trash, but you don't notice it until you really look for it. At ultra settings, I could place at 1440p with the settings probably and get 60 FPS, which will be crazy. 80s with ultra now, I guess. Before it was just a hiccup, but 80s is still playable nonetheless. We'll go back to high now. This is really just messing me up. No motion blur. Quality. Okay. Now we're getting 100. High 90s to low hundreds. Oh, now we're going below the 80. That was. Never mind. We're going. There's a lot more stutters at high than there is at ultra, which is weird. It goes all the way from 81 to 98 to 74. Oh my gosh. That's a little annoying. We'll go to the high demanding area with high, because you already did ultra. And it performed. What the? Dude, you just spawned. What do you mean you got kids? I don't care. You spawned out of midair. GTA's got better spawning than that. Anyways, it runs great. It was, 80s-ish area in that demanding area. Right now it's 100 to high 90s. The game looks very beautiful still. Not as cool, not as good as that ultra. Yeah, look at that. Oh, the reflections are trash though. Never mind. Ew. Next is medium. DLSS quality. 120 FPS to 110. Very minimal difference to high, with a 10% gain in FPS to. Okay, great. You all the same about your family. There's no police chases. It's really just this game is so lackluster in some ways. Solid. It somehow runs about the same as high. I'm maxing out my memory at 8100. What the heck? What's going on? This game is really. Now we're in the 70s. This is so inconsistent. It's actually annoying. Next up, I think we were just at medium, so I guess we're low now. Motion blur off, thank you. With quality DLSS. It's still running the same. Like, how is it running the same? I don't care. It runs. It's higher. It's higher. In this area, it's like 115, 110. So it looks okay. It looks good on 1080p. Still, it looks good-ish at 1080p. There's still some issues I have with it, like textures just loading in and stuff. Like, see how the signs coming in late. That's kind of annoying in my opinion. Yeah, I see stuff in the background just spawning in. One last thing we're going to test. The same exact thing low, but at ultra performance. We're going to see if we can get my 144 hertz monitor to actually max out. This is a very demanding area. Oh! Oh no, I don't want to play this at... Oh, that's so bad. Oh my gosh. You guys can probably see it on your phone even. That's how bad it is. Oh, ew, 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 ew. Some last gen. Oh, the ghosting's horrible in the car. Everything's horrible. The FPS isn't even better. We're just gonna turn DLSS off. Of course. The same performance as... Oh, there we go. Never mind. Oh yeah, that looks clean as heck. If you play low without anything, it looks pretty clean still. 60 FPS, pretty clean play though. That's still good, but definitely, I would prefer playing it at ultra. Once this little glitch fixes itself. It's weird, this game is so badly... There we go. It's still struggling. What is going on with this game, dude? At one point this was running... Oh, 60 FPS, there we go. This is ultra quality, guys. It looks great in some ways, and in some ways I can't tell the difference between 1080p low and this. Well, obviously, like, the things, you know, in the distance look cleaner and everything, but besides that, I don't understand what's the difference. This game's so unbalanced. It's actually making me insane. Let's just do this one last time. 60 FPS. Game looks amazing. Ultra's the way to go if you guys have a graphics card that can actually do it natively, or with DLSS. I mean, even pretty great too. If you can't, I'm not even joking, low is a great experience too. And that grainy thing off the top of my car is gone, which I don't understand what it is, and it's off the road too. Okay, I don't even... See the little grain, if you guys can see the grain, I don't understand why that's there. I'm looking at my OBS, if you guys can see. I can't see through OBS if you guys can see or not, but there's a grainy substance on top of my car. Even though the game runs great, it's horrible. It's not on anything else but my car, and it's annoying me. Now, if we turn Ultra Raytracing on... Is this really ultra ray tracing? Did it just really... Oh yeah, I forgot it has we have a DLSS at off. Let's turn it off. Yeah, don't ever play this game unless you have a 3090 at 1080p max without DLSS quality. Look at that. Perfect. Then the grainy is gone too when it's like this on with Ray Tracing Ultra. So it might be just a problem with the ultra settings that has no ray tracing, because the low has no ray tracing either, but it struggles. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, subscribe. I'm sorry if this was a mess for you guys. It's just me testing out stuff out and being confused a bit. Look at this. Even with DLSS, I'm getting mid-20s. Probably gonna be playing this with ray tracing low. That's a nice looking car. Or medium. It'll still look probably amazing with everything else turned to max. Or maybe I'll just turn everything to max, and if this thing fixes itself. But anyways, if you enjoyed, subscribe for more content like this. I'm gonna be probably benchmarking one more game. And that game, if I can manage to do it without making it look like an idiot, is going to be a game that is harder to run than this. And that's Star Citizen. So let's go. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.